Good afternoon. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, February 7th. We're going to start off with the Dow daily chart today. Friday, quite a roller coaster ride. We had the jobs report come out, much better than expected. Unemployment rate dropped to 9.7%, but mostly due to people dropping out of the jobs roll. We had upward revisions and downward revisions to the November and December reports. So net, the jobs number was exactly what was expected. One key thing to take out of that jobs report is manufacturing jobs showed their first gain in almost 2 years, and that is one bright spot. That's exactly what you would want to see right now with the jobs report. You still have the naysayers and the doom and gloomers out there saying, the numbers are fake, but the real unemployment rate, that's the unemployment rate that takes into account underemployed people and people who've given up looking for jobs. That rate also dropped last month. So there's lots of little tidbits of positive news out there if you want to look at it. Right now, the business media does not want to look at it, and neither do most market participants. It's easier to be a doom and gloomer right now than to see all the positive signs that are actually out there right now. The jump in the manufacturing jobs number is very positive and really should be no surprise. You heard the argument about the GDP report from last month, where most of the GDP gains were from inventory rebuilds. So, if that was the case, we definitely wanted to see job gains in manufacturing, which we did. So, looking at the Dow daily chart here right now, you can see we had an initial pop off that jobs number, and then the sellers just hammered stocks. The 10K support, which really is not support, it's just psychological TV support, if you want. And down we went. It looked like we were actually going to test that 97.65 support on the chart, which would have been fantastic. But late in the trading day, we actually saw a very big reversal. And this little candlestick formation that we see here, this little hammer, is typically very, very bullish. However, we need to see the market close green tomorrow for this to be a valid chart formation. Now, there's a couple of reasons we can say for that late day reversal. We had a pretty strong rumor going around from Doug Cass talking about over the last couple of days during this market sell off, commodities just absolutely got decimated. And the thinking behind that was the big drop in the euro and the rise in the dollar, you know, essentially meant, funds were going to dump commodities left and right, and they did. But the rumor that was going around right about the time that the market started its big reversal was that a large commodities fund blew up this week and was forced to sell all its holdings, and that was the reason for the big drop. And you remember on Thursday, I sort of alluded to the same thing that whenever you see big market tanks like this these days, it's usually from funds that have overexposed themselves to commodities and have to sell the stocks that they used borrowed money from on commodities to buy. So makes a lot of sense. We had a similar thing happen before after the Dubai incident, and then we rallied back sharply. If we flip over to the daily chart, here on the daily chart, you can see this very nice late day reversal here. Bounce target would be around 10,285, and you can see why on the daily chart as well. That's the 20-day exponential. And if you look at this Dow daily chart, we do not go very long without testing the 20-day exponential, either up or down. And we've strayed quite a bit from this 20-day right now. We're deeply oversold, needless to say, and we're looking ready for a bounce here. Hopefully we'll see it tomorrow. Oil chart, you can see we tested the 200-day moving average, first time in many, many weeks. And oil also saw a nice little reversal late in the day, along with the market, because we had the dollar give up some of its gains. We really need to see the dollar back off tomorrow for any hope of a bounce in the market. SMH, one area of real strength on Friday were the tech stocks. Now, the market was down big and tech stocks were red, but tech stocks weren't down that much. And one of our key market indicators, if you want to say, is Apple. I mentioned a lot in the chat room, and I've mentioned it before. This is one of those high beta stocks. When Apple does well, typically the market does well. When Apple is getting taken to the woodshed, usually means the market's being taken to the woodshed. Friday, we saw very strong buying action in Apple all day long, even when the market was down 150 points early in the day, Apple was still barely green, but it was green nonetheless. And that was an indication that, there was a lot of dip buyers coming into that market on Friday. And then the action that we saw going into the last 90 minutes of the day pretty much confirmed that. So if you wanted a high beta stock to keep an eye on, definitely keep an eye on Apple. This is also a stock that loves its 20-day exponential. It's very volatile, always ends up moving back to that 20-day. And right now, the 20-day is at 201 on Apple. So we see 20. If we see a move to 200 on Apple, the Dow is doing very, very well, and the market's doing very, very well. Let's jump into a couple of stock plays. We're pretty high cash right now, but we do have a little bit of exposure, especially some of the stocks we picked up mid-morning on Friday. We've got the Bio CEO conference over the next couple of days, so we should see lots of news flow out of these biotech stocks, and we should see some very nice bounces. AMRN, we're looking for a move to the 140 plus area on this one. ANX is one we've played quite a lot recently, had a nice little bounce there on Friday. Breakout is 36 cents. Very strong support. If you were to play stops on this one right now, I would play stops at 27 cents. Would add dips under 30, stops 27 cents. And these guys are also presenting this week. We've got a nice little flag formation here. About to get a positive MACD cross, and stochastics are about to break 50, which is typically good, especially for this stock. ACAD is another biotech stock. We had a big run on it last week. Gave up some gains on Thursday, and then Friday was looking very, very nice. We got a very nice close on this one, and we'd be looking for a move back to the 150 area in the next couple of days. Another Bio CEO presenter. STEM, very nice entry for us over the last couple of days. Again, small initial entry on this one. We've got the stem cell conference in a week, which should see buyers really start to move into these stem cell stocks in anticipation of this. If not early this week on a market bounce, definitely by the end of the week. And target on this one is a move to $1.40 plus. OPWV, late in the day we were looking for some beaten down tech stocks. OPWV posted the earnings report on Thursday. Great earnings report, boatload of cash on this stock, and gave a very nice entry. OPWV has actually retraced back to where we've gotten very nice runs out of this one over the last several weeks. 210 area looks to be rock solid. We'll be looking for a bounce back to the 20-day exponential this week. Tomorrow is what we're hoping for, and that's at 227. Stock typically does very nice bounces whenever we see stochastic levels get down to this level, and if the market does bounce like we expect it will, OPWV should give us a very nice bounce tomorrow with the market. Last but not least, quick mention on HYTM. Again, we've been very patiently waiting for this one to post news. One of these mornings, we're going to wake up to the Blue Cross contract announcement, and we're going to see the stock up here in the $1 area. Interesting enough, if you call the Hythium drug abuse helpline and ask them if you are covered and that you're a Blue Cross subscriber, they'll actually tell you they're in discussions right now at Blue Cross. So again, it's just a matter of when this news comes, in my opinion, not if. And very strong support, 40 cents. Breakout is a close above 50 cents on this stock. So that's pretty much it for the video tonight. We're still very, very high cash. We've got to see how the market reacts tomorrow. But, that late day reversal on Friday to green was very, very positive. That's exactly what we've been waiting for throughout this sell-off. If we didn't get the gap down, we wanted to see a big sell-off and then a reversal back to green. And every time we've seen that one over the last couple of years, we've seen a very nice market move within a few days. So let's see if we see that again. If greed takes over, we've got a lot of shorts that have gone heavy into this market, especially on Friday. You had shorts piling into a lot of stocks. They got squeezed on Friday, but the move on Friday, again, just like a lot of longs were sitting on the sideline not believing the rally, you also have a lot of shorts that shorted on Friday that also do not believe that late day reversal. So if we see continued upside tomorrow, we could see some nice squeeze action in the market, and we've got a lot of bargain stocks out there. So we're high cash and ready to go dipping in for some bargains. That's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.